Imagine that you could not only read an article or blog post, but actually talk to it, argue with it, and extend it. This is now possible, and you can bring it to your own articles. Here's how. Dan Chipper on Every introduced Extendable Articles that brings AI into an individual article. Now, what's cool about this is it actually brings all the sources into the article, and then you can ask questions about the article right next to it, or even ask questions about the takeaways, argue with it, or maybe come up with your own extensions to the article. Now, this is an amazing idea, but only if it's introduced, right? Which is why I want to show you how you could build this using Chipp, and I think we can do it in under 3 minutes. So start the timer, ding. Here's how you could extend your own articles using Chipp. To get started, go to chipp.ai, create a new chat. We're gonna call this World Knowledge Discussion because my article is about world knowledge. Now I need to create the prompt. This is telling the AI how to behave. I'll put this as a template so you can just take it. But we're gonna say you are a strategic thought partner, discussing an article, always list sources and suggestions for questions and going deeper into a topic. Now I'm going to click generate prompt. That's actually going to take that small sentence I just wrote and put it into an awesome prompt for our AI tool. That AI tool will live next to kind of our article. So here we can see it. I'm going to add this to the prompt. I'll go clean that up later so you can copy it. Now what we need to do is we need to add in the articles that this is going to be based on the sources. So I'm going to write about the emergence of prepared knowledge. This was an article I wrote back in June about the different types of AI knowledge. So I'm going to make sure to put that article into my training, right? So that the AI tool knows about it. I'm going to just click on URL, put in my blog post, click fetch content. While that's fetching, I'm going to go grab the sources. I took a lot of inspiration from Ben Thompson's article on Apple Intelligence. So I'll go back here and that's still capturing that knowledge. There we go. So I'll add that source. And then I'll go back in here. I'll add this one from Ben Thompson as well, and we'll crawl that one. While that's pulling that article, I'll go into the actual Apple announcement that I also used in the article. I'll copy that, go into my AI tool. Here we're pulling that. I'll add that one, add this final one in. You could see I could also add entire websites, YouTube videos, and that'll all go in as sources so that when people talk to my article, it'll be able to get specific and deeper. Because when I write, I have to cut a lot of stuff out, right? So now this is trained on these articles. I could then add suggested conversation starters that might be questions I want them to ask. So what's the difference between world knowledge and personal knowledge, right? So I can add these questions that'll show up here on the right. So this is what it'll look like. Now we have this built. So I'm just going to click on share. I'm going to copy my iframe. So I'll double click here. I'm going to pull this into my blog post. So here's the public blog post. It's written on Ghost. So I go back to the backside of Ghost. I click here. I'm going to add it right in here. So I'm going to click on this plus sign, get some HTML, paste that embed code in. That should be fine. We'll update this article, give it just a second. I go back to my article. I can refresh it, scroll down, and now we will see our extender right there. Here's our AI chat. We can ask questions about the article, dig into the sources. You can see I added a nice little logo here. It's going to talk about this based on what I fed it as training. Now, when I write a new article, I don't need to do this whole thing again. I can just go back to my Chipp chat. You can see all my applications on here, and I click these 3 dots and duplicate it. And then I just change the name and the sources so that every article has its own Chipp chat ready to go, and we can train this with our next article. I can't wait to see people adding this into their blog posts, to their articles, so that it's more of a learning experience and we can draw our own conclusions, debate with the articles, and learn more. Excited that we just about hit 30 minutes. So know that you can go build this as well quickly and easily to embed it in your articles. I can't wait to read what you write and to see what you build. From the whole team here at Chipp, I'm Scott, co-founder, and excited to see you soon.